I've got some good news and I've got some bad news. First, the bad. This morning, our U.S. Supreme Court overturned affirmative action in colleges. That's a stunning decision. That is a decision on the same magnitude as overturning Roe v. Wade. That's going to cause quite a stir, cause a lot of people to be very angry. What's so stunning about this, though, is they ignored all kinds of precedents over the past several decades. Supreme Courts, in cases that solidified affirmative action, they completely ignored that. And they said, all those other Supreme Courts and all those other cases mean nothing. We're smarter, we're better, so this is the way it's going to be. What I find ironic is that Clarence Thomas benefited from affirmative action, and now he's saying, fuck it, nobody else gets it, I got it. That sounds typical of Clarence Thomas. Now, this decision did affirm some things. It affirmed that our Supreme Court lacks credibility, and it affirmed that the Republican Party is very racist. Now, some people will say, you said there was some good news, though, too. Yeah, there is some good news. I told you when they overturned Roe v. Wade, it was going to be devastating in the 2022 midterms. But everybody talked about the red wave. Oh, the red wave's coming. And it didn't come. People were pissed off about Roe v. Wade being overturned, and that impacted them mightily in the 2022 election. Now, keep in mind, those people are still pissed, and it's still going to have a huge effect in the 2024 election. But now, by overturning this affirmative action in college, that pisses off a whole nother group of people, people of color. We've had this for decades, and now the Republicans, the racists, come out and say, okay, we got our way, but here's the problem. You saw what happened in 2022 by overturning Roe v. Wade. Now consider they're going to be thinking about the overturning of Roe v. Wade and the overturning of affirmative action in college. So now you're pissed off all women and any people that support women, all people of color and any people that support people of color. What do you have left? You have old racist white men. There ain't enough of you. This almost guarantees that there will be a huge blue wave. And you know what this almost guarantees too? That when the Democrats get the power in the House and the Senate and in the presidency, this guarantees there's going to be an upheaval in the Supreme Court. People are tired of this shit. This Supreme Court will get expanded, it will get diluted, and the conservatives won't have the power they have now. So this is good news in terms of change. But as I've told you many times before, we're going to have to tough this out for the next 16 months. Nothing's going to get done in Congress because Republicans are obstructionist. But if you want the changes that we all need, we have to wait to 2024. But before we do that, we have to make sure that people get out and vote. Don't sit on their asses, vote Democrat, and bury this Republican Party. So what this is going to do, this decision, is going to cause people to turn away from Republicans, even if they supported them before. It's going to cause more people to come out and vote on 2024 because they are upset, marginalizing women with the overturning of Roe v. Wade, marginalizing people of color by overturning affirmative action in college. Republicans just fuck themselves. It's the exact same thing as when they overturned Roe v. Wade. Not a good time to do it, but they did. It's done. And so is the Republican Party after 2024. They are going to get buried in a blue wave, and everything's going to change for the better. We just have to do two things. Tough this out and fucking vote like you've never voted before in 2024.